let's go into the very last cast of Tarnished Deathmatch Season 6. I guess unless someone else double casts tracks or something. But this is the last set that has not been cast in TDM6. It is Spaden with NuclearPasta, so once again on a high level in Division 3, same division as previously. And we've got the Swedish follower of Frost against the radioactive noodles from America. What if Kingston shows up for one more set? Then it's still not a TDM 6 set, because you can play show matches, but you can't play tournament matches after the tournament is over. Ooh, Fez and Akerai, like NuclearPasta's maps. Aftermath and Outcrop, Spaden. I'm looking more for the long-term control maps there. And he doesn't like hills, so it's not Serengeti. It will be Serengeti as game 1 probably, though. It is Serengeti as game number 1. So, very land-oriented draft. The 3 long maps, Aftermath, Fez, Outcrop, Serengeti. Kind of the 4 long maps. So, strap in, I guess. And let's go into the civs. No shoe, no way, no Berbers, no Bulgarians, no Bengalis. Okay, it gets important now. No Celts, no Chinese don't matter too much on these maps. Teutons can matter, no Byzantines, no Aztecs. Sad. No Georgians, as we just saw, really important. No Romans, no Gujaras, so no fun. Do you guys have predictions for this series? Kind of didn't ask last time. I'd say 4-1 Spaden. Spaden looked super strong this season. Full SO bans by Spaden. He likes Kavachas. And Rush bans. Goth Humans gone. Spanish as well, it's also Rush Civ. And then a Persian ban to deviate a bit from that anti-Rush logic there. Well, we agree on the first pick, so we've got mirror potential. Boggles and Magyars. The mirrors that could happen. And the Tatar. Kavacha. Got a lot of Kavachas. Maybe some Chivapchichi as well. Lots of Kavachas remaining. Got Turks remaining, Vietnamese remaining. I guess that's it on the Kavachas. Maybe Malians can use some, as we do have Huns being picked up as well. Koreans, well, the War Wagon is kind of a Kavacha. Turks and Japanese. Oh, I forgot Japanese. Yeah, full CA draft for Pasta. Full CA draft for Spaden. Everything that can remotely play CA is getting picked first here. Which draft do you like more, guys, so far? I think they're pretty even. Huts is a pretty good pickup. And I think Koreans against these civs. I think I like Pastas a bit more. Pasta until Dravidians pick. But Spaden picked Dravidians. You meant to say that when Pasta picks Dravidians. Ethiopians. Well, there wasn't much left, right? Still nobody picking Wu. I think Wu for once more available. But on these maps they don't make too much sense, arguably. Double Bogle Snipe, so we might get a Magyar War. We'll start on Serengeti. Might happen right away, actually, but I think it's more Tatars versus Koreans. Yeah. That was a very quick save prediction. But I think I'm sticking to it. I'm saying Tatars versus Koreans for game number 1 on Serengeti. Do you love Wu so much? I just like the lesser used Yusufs. I want to see Shu, man. Give Shu Red McRae. Who is underrated? Especially on water maps. They've been played so much more last season. But yeah, on these maps they don't make sense. Maybe Akure would be cooking. But I'm saying Tatars Koreans. For game 1. Honestly, it could be Dravidians. I think they're really good Serengeti, but not against Koreans. Yeah. Well, maybe against Turks, but would Turks be here? Let's not think too much. I'm sticking to my guesses. Let's go. I'm fully wrong. Oh no, I'm half right. I'm half right. It's all fine. I'm half right. Welcome to Division 3 of Tarnished Deathmatch Season 6. In the very last TDM6 cast, it is Spaden starting out with the Tatars against NuclearPasta, who is playing the Turks and is going for an early market. Very nice with the Turks here for NuclearPasta. And we've got a 5-stable game for the Turks against a 4-stable game for the Tatars. And in both we'll play Kavachas. Kavachas with more HP against Kavachas with more armor. But the Tatars also have a bonus on their Hussar, while the Turks also have a bonus on their Hussar. Both get one more Fierce armor, so this is super even on the units that we're probably gonna see, right? It's like both play Hussar CA and both have bonuses on both that kind of equal each other out. More armor versus more HP versus more armor versus more armor on the Hussar line. So which CA is better 1v1? Well, NuclearPasta knows that, but he is not in chat. He's in the game, so can't tell us from there. He can kind of tell us from there maybe, but you would need to pay very close attention. And looks like Spaden's camels are better at rushing. That is not a thing that is inherent to the chemist, though. It's more a thing that is determined by the player control. And he should be the one rushing because NuclearPasta went for the market. Only sold 2,500 wood. I would crash the market harder here. How much more HP is it? It's 20 more HP. Against one more Fierce armor. They have... Oh, that's too much math for me. Somebody find out. I will just cast these raids, which are great, and which are probably deciding it more. Then if the Kavachas fight 1-1, they never should. They should always have shoot at the meat shield anyways. But killing 9 villagers seems a lot more impactful than any CA fight could be for now. Scorpion edition, I like that. But Spaden's rush is going so strong. He might even take out this tease. He might stop that castle once more. 12 eco kills. 12 eco kills. Pasta in shambles. He got the market, but he didn't get much else. He didn't get villagers. He's down to 3 villagers. Oh my lord. Brutal start by Spaden. And behind this, he's jumping onto the map. Castles on hills. We are on high enough of division that we actually see the castles on the hills. Seems to be a gap between Division 3 and Division 4 when it comes to that. Because Division 4 was already very afraid to make castles on hills. And Tatars obviously have to play around that, right? Double castle on this hill here. Bad news for the Tatars. Actually a pretty flat Serengeti. But Pasta shouldn't fight in these low numbers. You lost all your villagers. You can't replace anytime soon. You need to preserve. I mean, he has the market, but that's exactly the kind of fights an anti-market player wants. Oh, the Kavachas, no. All get mobbed up by Spaden's cavalry archer mass. Scorpions do some chip damage, Tatars adding onagers. And this is a fight once more in better numbers for Spaden. And it seems like Spaden does have Pasta's number. Very even civ matchup. But a great rush by Spaden, followed up with good fights and good onager shots as well. Everything is going wrong for NuclearPasta in game number 1. At least he has the bombard cannons for Turks. I guess that's an advantage. Great bombard cannon shots. Actually into the CA. Spaden notices, spreads them out now. But there was some good counter damage with the BBC also finding the shots against the onagers. So some moments starting to go well for Pasta, but there's another CA raid. Relentless by Spaden. Camels don't really stop it. Bit of peacetime into another fight in the middle. Raid is very annoying. Pasta still stuck at 21 villagers only. And Spaden's army mass creeps onto the Pasta. And here, the jump on the bombard cannons. Keshik's got a new buff. They got got 165 HP. Holy shit. And this unit only costs what? Ah, it doesn't tell me. But it's pretty cheap. And now with the recent buffs, it went more from like being a Cavalier equivalent to a Paladin equivalent. It's actually a really huge buff for DM that hasn't been used that much yet, I feel. How many bombard can survive? 2 survive here. But Pasta is very cramped in his base now. And the long range trebuchets come forward for the Tatars, firing over half the map. With the big range for these guys. I thought kind of making the bombard can range irrelevant, right? 19 range traps still have quite the range advantage over 14 range bombard cannons. It's also 2 more range instead of only 1 more for the Turks compared to just siege engineers, and the Keva just take out the bombard cannons. Dominant performance by Spaden with the Tatars. Can't call it otherwise. NuclearPasta down to 16 army, only 60 vills. And out of resources almost completely. Is there any buff the Turks could get that would make them OP on RM Arena? I think Turks are not that bad. I think they're kind of fine. They got the Pierce armor on the Hussa eventually, right? I think that was decent change. It mainly affected other maps. But yeah, it's so hard with these maps. They're good on one special setting. They're quite bad everywhere else. I don't know, you can play Scouts into CA. I think they're underrated on a lot of other settings. They're clearly an underrated free throw civ. Maybe could give them some kind of wood bonus. So they could be a bit more better hybrid civ. Some hybrid bonus, I think maybe some fishing ship bonus or something. Might make them viable there. Pasta calls the GG as the raids come in and his base gets wrecked, and set it already. Really well played by Spaden. No chance for the Pasta to radiate here. And Eco behind obviously impacted a lot by the early snipes. I think it was a bit an earlier pick, yeah, it was the 3rd pick. After the 2 hidden ones. And Turks a bit lower investment for Pasta. So he got that at least. As the blue player wins game number 1. And we move on to Outcrop. What are we gonna see on Outcrop? Remaining maps are Aftermath, Accurate, and Fez. We're going to Outcrop next. And that might be the Magyar War. Don't think you want to play Huns against Magyars. The map is too long for that. You expect Magyars, you don't want to play Koreans. You could play Japanese. Could be Japanese Magyars. They can use your Magyars on Fez. Or you go Dravidians if you expect Magyars. Maybe both avoid the Magyar War. I'm saying Dravidians versus Japanese. Dravidians are too slow for Outcrop though. No. Magyars, Japanese. Well, I got one Magyar. My one Magyar based guess was right. But it's on the other side. It's NuclearPasta with the Magyars, and Spaden found a counterpick to them. Potential counterpick as well. Found the Burmese. So we will see Burmese elephants once more. And Green Dude is tireless on the prediction game. As we do start with Halberdiers to defend the initial Hussar. And to have Rex to accompany the elephants with. NuclearPasta not paying attention. Loses the Hussar for nothing. No idle time created on the other hand side. Pasta defends it as well. But at least the villager has to garrison for a second. And well, that's only Halberdier in there. So should be fine for both. Magyars also starting Help Scorp. Help Scorp. We're thinking full against elephants. Magyar Scorps are meta now. I did call it. Also, on it just for once hit workshop Scorps from the other. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, on it just do more damage to Burmese elephants because of their high pierce armor. So there's an argument for them. Greek with a cheeky bet. Is it calling out lurkers if I read who's betting? I don't know, but hi Greek. Scouting Halberdiers. Won't match these elephants in numbers. Don't Burmese elephants fire melee armor too? They do. Technically it's +1/+1, but it's overall just still 6 melee armor and it's 9 pierce armor. And I always feel like the pierce armor is the more impactful part. But yeah, technically it's just both, right? Just always feels to me that the pierce armor makes a difference, while the... I mean, I guess the melee armor doesn't really matter, because if they fight Halberdiers, it's all bonus damage, right? And it's so much bonus damage for a Halberdier with extra +28 with elephants. So +50 overall with the cavalry. And then the Scorpion bonus is like only 10. So the pierce armor impacts more there than the melee armor against the Halberdiers. I mean, the elephants don't still want to spray straight up here. Spaden, bit of a mistake there. Didn't scout the comp of his opponent properly, because he has a lot of Halberdiers. I think champions would have a bit more here. And he needs siege, actually. It's very late to siege. I guess, I guess compared to what you're expecting, maybe he was expecting more classic Magyar opening, like Paladin CA. It's smart from Pasta to basically help siege here with the Magyars, I think. He's a bit housed though. You should really turn around. Why are we running from 10 Helvetius? Pasta? Hello? 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 We're busy on the sides, I suppose. Tried to deny this castle, which did not end up working out. There is some CA now for the sides, because they're not too impactful in the middle fight. They did stop castle here. Erlenby versus CA should be good fights for the Mega CA. As they do clear a lot there. And Pasta has a solid army in the middle. Looking good for the Megas. Burmese still at home at minute 8:30. So no 10-minute push for Spaden. And now it is time to take revenge for game 1 and prove that Mr. Pasta is also someone who loves to go sniping with cav archers. Now I jinxed him. Now he's shooting the elephants. Not the will. Not the will. Shoot the will. There's a big fight in the middle, that's why. And the elephants are dominating. The onagers are there now for Spaden. Therefore countering the Scorps. But Pasta just needs to win time. The later, the better for Magias. As always, a bit like the Berbers. And if they can survive all the expensive original units for the Burmese, it will get a lot easier. His onagers are kind of, both sides onagers are firing at the trap. Where are these traps going? Rugal Gargle, the famous Rugal Gargle. If you don't know it, you don't know technical terms about this game, guys. This is a clear Rugal Gargle. It's not a good move, but it's frequently employed in Deathmatch. It used to be called Tempo Trebuchets. He's still playing team games, I guess. In tournaments he was a very unreliable scheduler though. He has enough of a break. Maybe one could give him another chance by now. But would he schedule? Probably not, right? He didn't try to sign up anyways. He's losing a lot of trebuchets here. Pasta's trebuchets are like not where they're supposed to be. Only onagers. There's no meat shield for trebuchets. And I thought I could hold here, but he's just sending everything too forward. And now it turns really sour for the Pasta. And he has a Spaden in his face on the right side as well. Elephant Raid's very powerful with the Burmese because of the Pierce armor. More so than the melee armor. And we're starting an Erlenby mass even. Spaden is the most Erlenby player in DM. Like, I've not seen any other player make so many Erlenby as Spaden. He frequently picks Burmese, he makes a lot of Erlenby, and he makes them work usually. I think he did that with Shixo as well. Like a big Erlenby mass. He lost all his elephants. But Shixo defended them really well. It was also outcrop. And then he had like 100 Erlenby. And just ran around with them everywhere. And won the game against the better Civ, I think. Maybe it was Romans. Won the game with Erlenby. So. Spaden is the Erlenby master of Deathmatch. And he once again has 30 of them. And it's growing. And he's pushing, has some elephants alive, isn't making more, is focusing on... Can't say the unit one more time, right? On his unique unit as the Burmese. They are protecting these late pushes. That's exactly how he played against Shixo. He won that game with Shixo. I remember Mununes not even making Erlenby in favor of Burmese CA because he argued they were so bad in a 2-hour game. I think Spaden is a bit proving Mununes, past Mununes from TFC wrong. Well, that said, they don't do that well against Mega CA. So maybe I shouldn't have complimented Spaden so much because Pasta has fully stabilized now. He's 200 pop, he has Megas, he has Mega CA. Doesn't have that many though, his goal control is a bit lackluster. Nobody's in the north. Better south control for Pasta though. He's getting a really nice castle that should deny 2 TCs, 2 gold spots, even kind of controlling the stone spot. And then Spaden can only mine gold there. He does have some control up north. So I guess that can be a saving grace. But game's going on. And games going on is what Magyars love to have. A little overboom maybe for Magyars. Yeah, I think you're correct. It's a little overboom for Magyars. But there's no big army for Spaden either, right? So some more CA would be good. There is an army for Spaden. He's changing the angle. Spaden's always so good at having like exactly the right number of trebuchets all the time. Like always having like 5 or 6. And I think one can see where Spaden belongs in Div 2. I think he would fit very well there. He's showing a lot of skill. But Pasta is no slouch, and I think he might win this game. In the end, he doesn't have much on gold. I mean, losing the south now hurts. I think he's going through the north now. Yeah, no army in the north at all. So, can maybe take gold there? Now Spaden is the one that's pop capped. Close. Or crop game. Honestly, the individual games today have been really good. That's another. This time by Spaden with his trebuchets. Fixes it earlier though. Brings them out of the range. And has the army to support it. But not for too long. Onagers on a hill. Take out all the iron by. Castle will fall because it's enough traps. But one Mega Hussar is not killing all the trebuchets because the gather point is in Narnia, and he will instead take the fatal decision to fight an elephant head on. This Mega Hussar might snipe them. No! Also wants to fight the elephants. No, alright. Is tossed onto a trebuchet, gets one by the strength of a Mega Hussar. No other unit would have killed a trap here in the single number that was there. And now Spaden has more army in the fight again. Pasta has lost some villagers, so maybe you'd like their eco count more, but his army is not united. And I feel like that's a bit of the story of maybe both of the sets we saw today. Spaden and Jigsaw doing a better job with like army positioning and army coherence than their opponents. But obviously, it's all jinxing. He will lose the trebuchets now to 3 Mega Hussar while they're not being positioned well. And I mean, 2 are alive. So he gets to push. Didn't jinx him enough. Just get 50 CA and Pasta's fine here. That's what I'm talking about with army positioning and army coherence, right? He's always fighting with the 10 CA instead of like giving up some ground and massing them and then using them as a coherent force. One Erlenby should not be able to stop a castle because it doesn't hit anything. $26. We're getting there. Slowly but surely we are getting there as long as Pasta can retain gold control. Nobody has taken any relics. Do we have any market usage? No market usage. I just saw this market build, but it's a virgin market. As if the game wasn't going on for 26 minutes already. I guess if you play so Ironby heavy with Burmese, you don't want to market as much as you want to use your wood. I don't know. Beggars don't need the market. The comp's pretty balanced. They don't want to sell food. They need wood for siege and CAs. Nice raid for Spaden with the Iron Bite. NuclearPasta once more stopped producing CA because his equal keeps getting interrupted, right? He's not really having the resource. He had a lot earlier when he had the 145 villagers, but then lost so many fights because he had so many villagers and not a coherent army. And now he's like kind of constantly low on resources. Even though he's Magias, honestly, Spaden with the positioning game and with the army control is getting advantages here. They're making elephants. There's a lot of gold on this map, which allows elephant civs to produce the elephants for a lot longer than on other maps. The elephant numbers are significant. Yeah, now we see that for Pasta. Hence he's trying to make scorps again, which means he still won't get the CA numbers up. Oh no, I think Spaden might take it. That's a scary push. Scorps are in place though, like the reaction is there. Is it enough of a reaction? Elephants are losing a lot of HP, might be enough of a reaction. Pasta is losing ground, it's losing pop. It's taking decent engagement now. Still, once more we're down to 13 cav archers, so not progressing in that area, and also getting pushed in the north now. Only one trebuchet, but it's relatively protected. TC falls, but now the army is cleared. Is that Pasta deleting these in order to get to the trebuchets? I think so. He bought stone for a TC, but the traps are still there. They could still shoot it. They are still gonna shoot it. No! Bought stone for nothing. It's only a TC. I think the second volley will kill it. Well, the third volley kills it. And the eco's getting so raided. And he lost the northern castle as well. Pasta has to call it. I think it is over. I don't think it's an early call. The control is everywhere. For Spaden in the south, for Spaden in the north. And Pasta will soon lose the gold access there as well. Oi, oi, oi. Spaden is indeed a beast, man. He might. The guys in Division 2 should be afraid, man. Oh, it says siege with this push, military balance right, it's smooth. I completely agree. You almost sound like you're a good caster. 900 villagers, 900 kills to 650. Speaking for how good the fights were that Spaden took. Obviously it's elephants, but also took good fights with the Iron by there. So really, really well done by Spaden. And even though the game went on, Magias couldn't be made work by Pasta. And that was Pasta's Magias losing. We won't see a mirror. And the last pick of Burmese. Ooh, first pick versus last pick. It's a fantastic win for Spaden on his home map of Outcrop. And that means we go to Aftermath next. Let me hear some Civ predictions. We have around 20 viewers, but there's not much activity in chat. But if you're also silently, which is completely fine, enjoying the casting, consider leaving a follow. It's free. And if you feel more chatty, tell me what you think, what we might see on Aftermath. I think we might see No, Koreans are for Akerai. So Japanese versus Vietnamese? Dravidians. Japanese Dravidians. I think Japanese Dravidians. You don't know enough about the map's assist to make predictions? I mean, you can just guess, right? Then you look like you know a lot when you're right by guessing. And hi J-Cubes, let's go for game 3. Ooh. Well, lucky comes with red, it is a Koreans pick here. Megas versus Koreans. Alright, see, you both got more civs than I did. See, J-Cubes and Lucky are smarter. Easy. NuclearPasta is playing Koreans here. I wonder what he does on Akerai then. And Spaden is doing the Malians, and that's a fantastic matchup for Pasta. An outcrop? No, on Aftermath. We just saw outcrop, man. And Green Dude knows the spirit. No info, still guessing. That's kind of what I recommended to you, J-Cube, so because I can't blame him for that. 5 Stavis, 5 Rex for the Malians. Will we Tramp Camel? Tramps can be helpful here, I think. Malian Tramps. Tramps cards, is that a solution to the matchup? But there is the rocket cards and they deal melee damage. So Tramps cards don't really help here. I like this a lot for the Koreans. Maybe didn't want to be too obvious to pick the Koreans on Akerai. Switch it up a bit. Place them on Aftermath. Both. On both maps, Koreans are good. What are ideal army comps for Malians? Well, usually it's something like Camel Champ at the start, and then later on Camel or Light Cav with Gebetto and Siege Onagers. Something like that. But they have a really good and smooth start thanks to the TQTC. And they can rush well. I don't like them on such a far map as Aftermath a lot. Because they struggle against good siege civs. Like with rocket cards or siege onagers with siege engineers. But Spaden likes to have map control, he likes mobility. And if you can play around the mobility, limit the Koreans to their base, certainly is a chance. Yeah, you were all half right by... Actually, yeah, you said Malians, yeah. You were all half right, I was fully wrong, so... First rule of casting, the cast is always wrong, right? Or wrong. Eco kills, not the biggest success on the rush, but it's at least some damage. And obviously a lot of map control for Spaden. Actually, Pasta stealing the workshop here. Nice move for 2 Halberdiers stealing that workshop. A little extra rest trickle. But the champions are pushing in hard. The rocket cards are coming out to deal with them. Oh, that's a great splat on the champs. Lots of champs in the damn hell. And that means Pasta should defend this offensive. Farimba Cavalier. Oh, something to snipe the siege, I guess, but it's very expensive. I was going to praise Spaden for not making more camels, and then he cues Cavalier. Well, F. You're very golden war wagons. I think they're too golden. Can't be all golden. Like, how much money do these Koreans have, man? Like, you don't gold plate like 60 war wagons. How? Who's gonna pay for that? Such a waste of state funds. Signed Bund der Steuerzahler. Don't know if they have an equivalent in other countries. Taxpayers Union? I don't know. Stuff like that. It's a pretty stupid institution. Good fights for Pasta. He has way less villagers, but it is the slower Sylph. Always these corner, these like edge of the map markets. I've seen that a lot now. This thing. Pasta did it last game too. Pasta getting stopped here. Once again playing with a lot of war wagons. People love Korean war wagons, man. In matchups where I think Help Siege should just be better. Like for the second time today, I think we're seeing like both Sniper and Pasta overmaking war wagons. They're so expensive. I mean, just look at them. Look at all the gold, right? It is a tell as well. It says this unit is damn expensive. Don't make so many. I guess if you play the Death Ball, and there is enough rocket cards. So what Pasta is doing better is the amount of rocket cards that he has, and the rocket card massing up is a lot better than what Sniper did. And if you do that and it's like one big all-in push, then I guess you can spend everything on it. But once again, like there's some army in the back, there's some army that's fighting. He's fighting without the rocket cards. It looks very much like the Sniper. Obviously, there is a lot of distracting raids here. Gem Skull raids everywhere. Beautiful by Spaden. He's sniping the market. We're thinking about the post-wood game here. Market sniped. And it's good distractions. Pasta isn't looking much at his army. Its army also doesn't have no halberdiers, but I guess it's mainly the champs. But yeah, you can't fight the champs without the rocket cards, bro. I complimented you for making them. You need to use them. Heel Type. OP water micro. God. See if we can do it against Apollo 2, because it looks like we might have to play our next set without our captain as well. Lucky Cubs, if you want to cast the four of us in dual domination, chances are it's happening Sunday evening. Our final group stage set. You can leave out Pasmo. Just need to find that TC, man. Good shots. I think there's still a chance for Pasta, yes. Also, quite some map control. Well, no. What is this? A war wagon raid? He's 200 pop, and he has eco and no food eco, but is he making food units? I guess he could DQ halberdiers, then he would have food. Where are the rocket cards? Rocket cards need to join the battle. Alright, I will do. Or we will do. Tipu can do as well. We will do. Actually need to write opponents to... Zardas never provided prior communication, I think. Got 10 bombard cannons. It's a lot, but all the war wagons at that. Right? I went on and on about how expensive they are, and Pasta disagrees and is just sending them to raid under TQTCs. I mean, they are pretty good against the arrows, so I guess they ignore a lot of the TQTC fire. He got 36 villages, war wagon raids, alright. Something, but he needs to pay so much attention about the SO here. It's so dangerous. He's mainly playing the bombard cannons. He's not even using his rocket cards. These RMs, man, they just love to micro bombard cannons. But they love to shoot their own bombard cannons as well, apparently. And Spaden calls the GG. His eco is impacted by the war wagon raid, and the bombard cannon micro of NuclearPasta leaves no chance to Spaden. Koreans with a great season. What's the Korean percentage actually? Like, okay, I'm gonna look at the stats first, but then I want to look at Korean win rate, because every time I'm casting, it feels like they're winning everything. You know? Besides, I guess, I said earlier, but they look so good this season. 442, 270, great KD for Pasta. With his Death Ball army, and then the Bombard Cannon micro on top. More resources collected didn't give Spaden enough, and we're slower here than in the last set. And NuclearPasta gets onto the scoreboard. Okay, let's go to the Civ analysis. Koreans. Oh, yeah, okay, 65%. That's right behind Mongols. Maya. Romans also have a little bit more. Berbers still number 1. Chinese have a really good one. Georgians still the highest, right? Georgians still second highest. I feel like Koreans have won more than Georgians though. Teutons and Vietnamese were the most played civs. Vietnamese way more successful with 64. Teutons? I've always been saying it, guys. B tier civ only 43%. Let's see how late it is, Tifa. Still have 2 more games here, right? Chances are I might do it. Just can't be too loud. And we had the Koreans beat the Aliens. And we're going to Fez or Accurate remaining, so Pasta has both his home maps left. That can be nice for him. It's Sakurai. Spaden's dominating Division 3, so Pasta can beat him, that would be major success. Sakurai, Oh no, I don't want to watch an Ethiopians game on Sakurai. The bad memories. But Hans on Sakurai get like nothing out of Sakurai, right? Like, you start with no pop space on the map. Japanese don't convince me that much either. I mean, I guess you can play the CA angle, it worked for Maxi and Plotter Ghost. But it would be Vietnamese likely for Spaden. I think then you play Ethiopians for the siege. So I'm saying Vietnamese versus Ethiopians. Let me know your guesses. I'll be right back with game number 4. You like Magyars? Interesting. Why do you like Magyars here? There's Fez, right? They're amazing on Fez, no? Shouldn't they be played on Fez? Lol, you mention him once and he appears. Like I says Dravidians on Fez. Ah, so it's a Dravidians takes. Wait, for real? You want a set against Jade? I watched the staff, but Copenhagen was too boring. I even commented that on his stream when the set started, that you're both exactly 2000 elo. You want a game? Okay. Where you can't be legit 2K at the same time and being happy to winning games on your elo. You need to win sets, man. Who casted it? I don't think anybody casted, but like, I saw Jade's POV. I mean, I mainly lurked in Jade's POV. And then I was lying on the sofa, and when I looked the next time, the set was over, but I saw the start of Copenhagen at the draft. Jade casted? POV isn't cast. Someone will probably cast it. I mean, Dino's gonna cast. No? It's your game, you can't resist. Anyways, what did I say? I said Vietnamese versus Ethiopians. Dravidians versus Japanese. It says green dude. So let's use right. Actually, we do have ads. So. I mean, currently 50 subs. Everybody has a sub anyways, right? And well, I'm half right. It is Japanese. So who's right about the Japanese? Green dude was right about the Japanese. Yeah, Jap. Oh, Lucky Count was completely right. But do you... I don't like that for Japanese, right? I think that's good for Viet. But let's see. Maxi! Are you still there? Are you still there? Division 3, all the first 3 villagers are on an archery range. It's meta! On the other side we do have barracks. Which is why it might work. But Spaden is going full CA. No way. I mentioned Maxi at the CA start on Accurate. Maxi appears in chat, and then Spaden does the CA start on Accurate. Let's go. Red Archers are coming out as well. I mean, and people called me crazy earlier for saying you could start CA against Japanese. But the Japanese are going full infantry. It's great. It might work. The Cavatchers, the first Cavatchers are going forward. Did you like the better opening? Well, it was funny, but no. Better versus Hindustani headcannons. I did not like that at all. I mean, from an entertainment perspective, yes. From a gameplay perspective, no. Snipes 3 villagers. I don't know where the third was. Saw 2. This is a weird Japanese game. The Japanese are not making any CA. Why are only the Vietnamese making CA? Japanese are going full samurai. I guess they're thinking about elephants, right? I mean, there is some elephants as well, but yeah, I guess you think about elephants. That's why you make so many Haviliers, and then you switch it up and go CA. It's kind of a nice thought of Spaden, right? Kind of genius. Let's go off inside place again, though. That's the Vietnamese killer that we saw Sniper hold with earlier today as well. The samurai beat elephants, and why would they? I mean, you just make samurai because you have the casters. The casters are helpful for Japanese though. You can make traps early, right? And that's what he's doing now. I think traps are a lot better use of the casters than making samurai here. If they get close to the red archers, I guess it's fine. Samurai with elephant? Yeah, I mean, just made generally infantry against the elephants. Right, trap opening. Well, he made the samurai, but I think trap opening would have been better. More CA rates coming to the sides. Spaden wants to be relentless. In the middle he is, stopped a bit. There's sufficient Havilier numbers, even though it isn't that many barracks actually. Why are the Japanese not making any CA? I mean, shouldn't you still make some CA? It's good against everything that isn't an elephant. Maybe Red Archer's not that great against. It's a very weird matchup. I'm not too sure about how to approach it as Japan. It's pretty straightforward how to approach it as Vietnamese, and I like the CA opening. I think Spaden should switch out of them now in favor of red hands, and he's kind of doing that. But he has 43 CA actually. Still finding a lot of damage in the back. Holy shit, these raids. 10 will kills, 11 will kills. Never mind, keep raiding. Don't switch out of them. Skirmishers though. I'm not sure about skirmishers. That means samurai are needed again. Oh no, the trebuchets, NuclearPasta, not like this. Don't waste your trebuchets again. Flashbacks to Outcrop. The trebuchets are just dying to the onagers and the elephants. I mean, he's very distracted. He's getting raided all over. Spaden is just proving how good he is. Drags the attention of NuclearPasta everywhere. NuclearPasta is not the fastest player. He isn't the greatest at multitasking. Better with the strategy aspect, and Spaden is just completely wrecking him from all sides. Now the elephants in the middle doing the damage, panicking up a castle, but everywhere there's a blue unit. The whole base is invaded by the Vietnamese, and the island of Japan will sink into the blue shortly. He tried to play water a bit. Castles could, I think, even be on the other side with the damage that Spaden is doing. Elephants OP. Cav for Archer opening OP, of course. It's 50 pop. It's the set winning game, so Pasta doesn't want to give in just yet, but he also has no resources, and the Vietnamese are adding, building, killing siege now as well. This is completely and utterly over. And that's why I thought you need to play Koreans on aggro. Koreans would have been great against against Vietnamese. Then I saw double CA opening, but that made Spaden CA opening even more glorious. 3-1. Amazing KD. CA OP. Really well played by Spaden. You might go straight to Division 1, man. It's so good. Spaden and Ulla. 2 new people to be afraid of, I think. If you're one of the top dogs. And then later on Griffin. Tell you, man. But that was Japanese going down to Vietnamese CA of all things. Final map will be Fez, where we're sure we're gonna see the Magyars. That means no Dravidian pick. Lucky comes. Probably really sad. We will still predict them. But I think it has to be Magyars versus... Oh. You play Ethiopians and hope your opponent plays Dravidians? Guess it's Hans. Yeah, I'm gonna say Magyar Han. It's a classic game. Let's go for game 5. And now it is the Ethiopians. It is Ethiopians Magyars. Yeah, I kind of don't mind it, but it's just so immobile versus Magyars here. I don't know. Think you could try a hunting better. Map is a bit too long for hunts, so I understand the Ethiopian pick. It's Ethiopians vs Magyars, and Maxi has really come at the right time, because it is another range opening for Spaden, who is once more... I mean, it makes sense against Pasta, because Pasta is so shit with the scout. Like, Pasta's scout is like really abysmal, it's just standing there. And that's the biggest problem if you straight away open range. You usually die to a well-microed scout. But Pasta's scout hasn't moved an inch from here. One CA shoots it down, and then it's completely fine to skip the first barracks and go straight to CA. Like Spaden is doing. Ace camels though. That's something. Oh, and Spaden killed one with Ulsar as well. That's why Pasta was so distracted. It's a lot of stables. Is he going, what, Camel all in with Ethiopians? They do have 3 extra armor against CA. They have their Royal Heirs bonus. That applies to Cav Archers. So they're actually not the worst Camels against CA. They've had 5 fearsome. Effective. And they're mopping up the CA. 2 more villagers lost though. There is a market, but it's not being used. Now it's being used. Some would sell, but very tame market usage. Okay, never mind. Now we also sell some food. I'd like to say more would sell. Like it's equally selling food and... I guess eventually you want siege. You want siege? Do you not want siege? Oh, there's siege, finally. Yeah, that's not a good fight. You have Royal Heirs, sure, but you don't fight 25 CA with 5 camps, man. That's not how it works. This could find some value, though. No armor, so only +1. True. Still overall 5 instead of 4. I know Flatlands. Yeah, it's not really helping. I wanted to find something good about it. The siege is just late because we made too many stables probably. But quick walls from Spaden. You didn't even get those 2 wills. Spaden's so on point here. Stop that castle at least. But Spaden stopped the town centers of NuclearPasta. And the siege is very late. Are we making any scorps? I would like to see also some scorps here. Would make it easier to hit something. It's pure, so hoping for the glory shots. But the Magyar Hussar are already out as there is 1 castle in the base. That castle finished as well with the nice quick walls. So Magyar Hussar can be added into the siege now. And yeah, that's why I think Hans would have been better. Also, maybe the full camel opening just isn't a thing. That expansion gets sniped too. Like, the camels are too weak, and your siege and even siege help can't really go anywhere on this map. So, you make like 1 big death ball push. But against Magyars, they're eventually gonna snipe it, right? I guess the goal is to make like 100 camels in 20 SO and 5 traps, and then do 1 big push. That could work, maybe. But it's not the goal. We're trying to raid with the camels. The Venusaur is gold, but he can still make Megaosa. Well, okay, these shots might help. That's some good damage from Pasta. That's good self damage, but it also killed some CA. And he's killing more. But now the siege archers, the camels are out of position. And he loses the siege archers. Needlessly. Wait, that's Pasta? That's Pasta's TC? Pasta TC'd? What? Spaden's Stone Island? It is castling it? What's happening here? Spaden is castling here now. Camels are running forward without siege support. And sure, it's camels against cav units. But they will melt. They will all melt. Did TCA just change color? Well, there's a foundation in the TC. The foundation was deleted. So now it's only the orange TC. Well, quite some losses on the CA. Here come the onagers, here come the onagers, here come the onagers. That could be a huge shot, they're clumped up. Spaden realizes it's still a decent shot. Thanks to torsion engines, these shots are still not bad, but yeah, I don't think they're good enough. Pop's relatively even. Pushed it, more damage than I thought. Means Pasta will get to the gold. Pasta got to establish his wood TCs as well. Enter kind of an even mid game. This is so fancy. What's going on here? Docks as well for the Magias. That Otter on 1 HP? Yes. How did you spot that? I like how I didn't notice this Otter at all and that it's still alive, and I thought I like missed the moment you thought about, but it's actually just standing there on 1 HP. It got 0 kills though, so it just took damage. It didn't deal any damage, so it's not really a hero. Castle race. Honestly, Pasta's gonna win this. He has more villagers. The disruption. Spaden is microing. Spaden is actively microing these villagers. He's changing targets to slow down the castle. It's kind of working. They're walking back. Now Pasta is actively microing it, but spam clicking will... No, spam clicking will mean we won't finish it. Spam clicking is so much slower. Not microing would have been faster, I think, than spam clicking. Both will go up, which will be annoying for Spaden, I guess. I think NuclearPasta would have needed to be faster. He has 5 army. He's making petards. Let's go. I want to see the petard war. Yeah, he's going to lose the base, but I'm just going to watch the petard war. It's actually just an annoying behavior. Yeah, I don't know. They changed it at some point, right? What was the reason? Petards, petards. Share your petard emotes. I don't want to scream too much because it's late, but share your petard emotes. Boom. Base is getting wrecked by Mega Hussar. Traps are coming forward. But we get the booms. Boom. We don't see the explosion because it's behind the castle, sadly. You click to build and shift click to do something else. Oh, that they run back. If the aim attacks the build, they don't go back to the building but retask the next shift click. Oh, that's why they went to the stone. I see. Yeah, that's really annoying. The hard production has stopped, so we can look at the base dying. Camel all in with Ethiopians has failed. But they did change the like building spam clicking thing as well. That's what I thought you meant. Ah, more petards. Let's go. Pasta's at least giving us the petards. Cannon Galleon! We're getting everything. Petards, cannon gains. All the cool units. You will win the castle war. You might lose the space. But it's worth it if you win something with petards. Might lose this castle to the cannon galleon. That's also quite cool. Both castles fall. 1 to petards, 1 to cannon galleon. A beautiful diorama in the north. A slaughter on Pasta's woodland though.